So, the Kenner Millennium Falcon, one of the staples of 1980s toys. However, I believe that there is at least a close second when it comes to giant vehicles. So big I can barely get it in the shot. That is the G.I. Joe Rolling Thunder. Look how huge this thing is. This thing is a beast. I mean, this thing is so huge. It's got 4 rotating cannons on it. It's got a giant cannon here. It's got a missile rack right here. You guys able to even see yes, a missile rack right. And over here we have a gun right here that can rotate. And then we have down here a chest gun, or almost a belly gun right here. Then it gets cooler. Not only does it come with a little ACP little transport, little car. Check this out. Now this is gonna be a little hard. I'm gonna make sure I can get it in frame. It has two gigantic missiles. 2! Look how big that thing is. Look how just huge this thing is. I need to find something for scale. This is my Marie plushie compared to it. Look how huge this thing is. This is my Master Chief helmet compared to it. This thing is... okay. I need to back up, it's so big. Look how big this thing is. Like, I kid you not, this thing is huge. It's way bigger than the Falcon. Now, in my opinion, I think the Falcon's cooler, but this thing is massive and huge. It's gotta be at least... excuse me. It has to at least be 4 foot long. This thing is gigantic. I mean... the 80s was when it was on. I mean, imagine seeing something like that at a store nowadays. It'd be in the it'd probably almost be in the quad digits. And it's crazy to think, this was a toy that was released. This wasn't for collectors. This wasn't for those weird people in the basements. This was just a toy kids could play with. And it's huge. And it's an awesome toy. You can get like 11 Joes in this thing. I think like 11 or 12 in them. You have the cannon, you have the 4 little cannons, then you have the over here with the glowing doors, which is the best part. Glowing doors. That's awesome. I mean, this is just badass right here. Like, can you find me another toy that's just this huge? Except for the aircraft carrier, that doesn't count. I mean, this thing is massive. It's so cool. However, I'm not gonna lie, because I do want the Millennium Falcon, and I've been watching my boy Alex Hill, and I know he's got that Falcon. There's a part of me that does want to part with this to get a Falcon, but I think I'd rather part with the rest of the crap I own before I do this. But it's just, I mean, this thing is huge. It's so big. I love it. That's one of the reasons why I haven't gotten rid of it yet, because it's just so huge. It's so huge. It's hard to get in the shot. I mean, it's that huge. Man, oh my god. And the freaking missiles. I mean, hang on. Let me get a G.I. Joe real quick. Alright, here's one of those missiles. Here's a G.I. Joe. Look how huge that thing is. What's that used for? Taking out freaking starships? I mean, oh my gosh. This thing is literally huge. I've seen dioramas smaller than this. I mean, oh my gosh. I mean, my dad's got some pretty big tanks for Warhammer. But this dwarfs all of them. I mean, this thing is just so big. Actually, now that I think about it, I wouldn't mind using this for Warhammer. This seems like something they would totally use. But man, this thing is just so huge. And it's so cool. And it doesn't have a whole lot of detail, but it's got detail where it matters. There's a whole cockpit in there, and you can see there's missiles. These missiles actually go on the sides, right under the guns, right here. See if I can get one to go in. Bam, right there. So and there's detail in there, and there's a chair, and there's some computers right there, and there's another seat right there. You got the gun, and I have the inside, and then there's some seat belts in there. Yeah, right there. I mean, this thing is literally awesome. This is like the epitome of manliness. A giant freaking tank. And it's also nice to see all the little stars and American flags on it. Because just very patriotic. I mean, this was the you could definitely tell this is 1980s. You got giant tank U.S. flags. The patriotism is through the roof. I mean, this is amazing. It's definitely one of my favorite 1980s toys that I personally own. And I would do more G.I. Joe reviews. However, I don't really feel like it. Just this whole bunch of little tanks and stuff. And I mean, they're kind of cool, but I mean, I can't top this. I mean, this is like the epitome. I have the Technodrome from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And this thing dwarfs it. I mean, it's got so many guns and stuff. This would take out the Technodrome with no issue. I mean, this thing is just a beast. I would not want to run into that thing. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like so I know how to do more of this kind of stuff. I actually wouldn't mind reviewing a handful of more G.I. Joe vehicles and stuff. But I don't have a whole lot. But anyways, guys, this is Tyrannosaurus T264 signing out. Peace!